supposed to drive like that, aren't you?
I don't think it's against the law.
I thought it was. Okay. Okay, Google. Is it against the law to drive with the inside light on? So yeah, and then we literally went round the corner from the Hilton to this Spanish place, and we asked if we could have coffee. They said yes, come in, and we were there for about an hour and a half. And in the end, we chose wine. And it was just so funny. And then, right, get this, we were finishing off our glasses, and one of the waiters went into the toilet, which was right opposite me, like 2 steps away. And he left the door open, he was taking a piss, and I went, Alan. And I pointed and nodded. And she turned and looked, she went, okay. And you could see half of his body. He left the door wide open, and we were right there. It was like, right, and he came out, and she said to me, he hadn't even washed his hands. Just like,
1 in 5 guys don't wash their hands, you know.
but he was catering. He was a waiter. He should.
Still 1 in 5.
Oh, that's in America. It's not illegal in America.
I can't see still.
WPC told me it was illegal to drive with the interior light on. It's a WPC.
Woman police officer. Police constable. Rather. Woman police constable. They don't say that anymore.
mtbbritain.co.uk. Let me open that up. Daughter was stopped by a policewoman the other night picking up the grandkids. It was dark and she'd left the interior light on while driving. WPC told her it's illegal to drive with the interior light on. Is that true? And someone said, I have no evidence to back it up, but I believe that it was illegal to have the inside vehicle lights illuminated. I thought, an illuminated interior might affect your road vision, and it is probably the reason sat-navs have a night and day screen, so that it is illegal. Oh, hang on. Okay. Found this on the Road Vehicles Lighting Regulations 1989. No vehicle should show other than a red light to the rear except light to illuminate the interior of a vehicle.
What? What does that mean?
Well, if you see if no vehicle shall show any other than a red light to the rear except, so if you from behind, we should only see their red light or their interior light.
So it's fine then.
It seems.
Which Macky do you want to go to?
Any. The one that you used to work at, because your reaction's always fun when you turn it down. You go, no, I don't want to, because that's where I used to work.
No, I don't want to, because that's where I used to work.
When I was a child, and I might bump into somebody who still works there, because all the people that I worked with then had no life.
There are some people who are career McDonald's people who do love working at McDonald's. It's character building.
So then again, someone said, well, if people didn't work in McDonald's, then you wouldn't have somebody to do your midnight job, like we're about to do.
Exactly.
But still, like, it's not something I'd want for my kids over the age of 21.
Did you see that Audi responded to a slightly insulting tweet about them?
No, but tell me. I was waiting for you to just carry on.
I was looking at the traffic lights, sorry.
Okay.
There's this guy on Twitter who said, just did badly in an exam, looks like I'm going to end up working at Audi, smiley face. Or laughing face. And what was it? Audi responded something like, no you're not, idiot. Need a degree, need at least a degree to work, to clean our toilets. Try McDonald's.
I would have said that about Aldi, because they're a proper superstore.
Well, Audi, actually, for a long time, didn't use tills. You had to add it all up yourself in your head.
Okay.
So actually,
I don't know.
Aldi, what was it, Lidl? One of them.
That's probably Lidl.
Well, they're brothers.
basically they're basically
That's
the
why
same. Their logos are even really similar.
That's because it's two brothers competing against each other. It always has been. And yes, Big Bright Harlow. And so yeah, you actually had to be really quick to work for Aldi or Lidl, and therefore those people were paid significantly more than you would expect your average shop assistant to get paid.
The thing is, with McDonald's and stuff, you always get kids working there, usually, unless they're the manager. You usually get kids working there because they don't get paid a great amount of money, and adults like us don't really want to get paid minimum wage.
I got paid,
like that.
well, exactly, I got paid $4.75 an hour
Which
when I went to
is probably
McDonald's.
why in nurseries, in my line of work, nursery workers get paid minimum wage, always. And I'm just thinking, well, there's a lot of kids working there in nurseries too. Kids looking after kids. I'm not sure if, is it harsh me saying that 18-year-olds and up until, is it harsh me saying that up until 18 to 20-year-olds shouldn't have full-time jobs?
Why should they not have a full-time job?
Because they're kids. So what not jobs that's in the care of another person full-time. Part-time, yes, but not full-time. So nursery workers, all the nursery workers I've worked with have been teenagers and very young people. And they've not been good at the job in the sense that they're bitchy, they think that being gobby is the way to be, and it's not if they want to enhance their career in childcare.
But that doesn't necessarily preclude them from having a full-time job, should it?
But they're not mature enough to deal with a full-time job if all they're going to say is, I can't wait till this day fucking ends so I can go out and get wasted tonight.
But then surely giving them more experience would give them the ability to progress further, quicker, and make them more mature more quickly.
I'm just speaking purely for my own, because when I was working in nurseries, I was over 21. I did a lot of voluntary work. I was in a very privileged position because I finished school early every summer, and my mum would have me in for a week or two, depending when I finished, doing voluntary TA work. So I built up my experience that way. But I don't know, it's a tough one.
Normally, if someone does something more and more frequently, they get better at it.
I've worked with girls in nurseries who haven't gotten better at it. They've become more bitchy, and they know how to screw you over. When I worked in that one nursery in Kozel, she was a play leader. I was 24 at the time, and she was 21. She was a mother of one, and she was very good in her job. And I was interviewed asking about her performance. I said, well, from what I've seen, she is very competent, she's very organised, she seems to know what she's doing. I gave her 5-star rating almost. And she apparently had been listening outside the door, which I thought that wasn't a very mature thing to do anyway. Why would you listen outside the door? Why would you do that?
Well,
and then when I came out, she said, you didn't have to do that. I said, well, I wasn't lying. What I have seen has been that, and I think you are brilliant for children. She said, oh, thank you. But then a few months later, when I reported her friend, she had a massive go at me for something stupid, just so she could report me because I had a go at her friend. That's just childish in itself. And young girls tend to be very cliquey and not really care about anybody else apart from them and their friends.
Well, just to be clear, anyone can be like that. Really.
But I think if because 16-year-olds can have part-time jobs, 16 to 20 or 21-year-olds, I think they should be involved in some sort of compulsory team building or behavioural management or something that can enhance positive relationships at work, how not to build cliques, how not to be negative against each other, how to be positive and give examples from real life into like I've just given you.
What do you think about being on conscription then?
What do you mean?
Is that the right word? When you get called up to do military service for 3 years.
Yeah, I think that is very character building and it will eradicate any bitchiness, any unruliness, definitely. But I think that should be specifically for those with behavioural issues.
Well, no, there's actually been a call in the Lords relatively recently for conscription to come back, so that everyone in the UK from I think it was from 18 to 19 has to do from their 18th birthday till their 19th birthday they have to do a year of military service, and lots of people would like to see it come back because it does work in lots of other countries. Switzerland, as far as I'm aware, may be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, you have to do a minimum term in the Swiss Army.
Maybe not on the front lines. I don't think that being forcing someone to put their lives in danger, that's not fair. That is against human rights. But I think someone who it's compulsory where they get trained in the army, because there's 6 months worth of training before they can actually go on service, and then when they do go on service, I think it should be something like helping the community in a poor, underprivileged country for 6 months, and then yes, they're free of it. I think that's the way it should be done. Not on the front lines, not trained to kill, because that's not, I don't believe in that. I don't think that would be right either. Because ultimately, when you go in the army, you are brainwashing those people to think of like every kind of a child could be a potential threat. But if they're put in situations where there's no threat and they're doing community service abroad in underprivileged countries, you know, working around the soldiers who have the guns. But yeah, on these tickets it did say that they couldn't use them through the drive.
Yeah, but like I said, how many people do you think are actually going to watch?
I have done a few tickets at McDonald's before and they did deny them.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Right, well, don't go all the way to the thing, let me get it out.
So if there's a gun stick with my rubbishy South African accent.